Hey, so what I'm about to talk to you about is probably worth $30,000 to you throughout your estimating career, probably way more than that now that I'm thinking about like the compounding of the salary over time versus what you'd be able to get without this knowledge. What am I talking about? Estimating software for this video specifically. I'm going to show you in comparison between Planswift and its layout and how it's set up versus Bluebeam and its layout and how it's set up and what the differences are. Both are two of the major software platforms that you'll use during estimating to make your bid. And besides maybe like Excel or some CRM, which is a customer relationship management software, like Salesforce or something like that, the estimating software is probably the like 50%, like one of the biggest things that you'll be needing to learn, needing to use, and $30,000 probably is what separates two people who use it. When two guys go up for $115,000 a year job, and one knows software or at least has used software in the past that's somewhat similar to the one that they plan on using for the job. That person gets the job, the other person has to settle for like an 85,000 a year job, which 85,000 ain't bad, but I'll take 115,000. So I'll take the 30K jump in pay, and I think you would too, which is exactly why you're on this video. Let me show you the difference between Bluebeam and Planswift. And yeah, let's keep it moving. Let's check it out. Hello. Let's jump right into it. So this is Planswift. As you see on the top, you have a lot of different things going on. What is all of them things? So as you can see on the home page or the home tab, which it is currently on, starting from the left side, open print, email job, which all of that will be sending the job somewhere to someone or printing it off. All of these takeoffs, which is right in the middle of the screen below this bar that I'm reading from. Then you have back, which will basically undo, which is, a normal function that most people know from Excel or from Word is undo. And you have zoom, fit page, zoom in, zoom out. These are all just view functions. And then pan is for you to help change the view for yourself. And scale dimension, that is very important. You always want to make sure you scale your page or pages whenever you're trying to do a takeoff because that's important. You have area, you have linear, segment. I'm right here in the middle of the screen pretty much. Segment, count, and single click. All of those is how you want the line to be laid out on the page. If you look below where I'm at currently, you see the red and the blue lines. Those are going to be different lines. Counts are going to be those red little circles that are around the page. Those are counting different doors more than likely. Actually, not more than likely, it is counting different doors. And then in the next segment, you have a few more things that I don't necessarily use a lot. New section is somewhat useful. And then at the end, annotations, image, all of those things. I don't particularly use them. Overlay is also another useful function for Planswift because you can overlay an old plan with a new plan and get some of the old takeoffs that you have, or just kind of get a head start on it. On the all the way left side of your screen, you're going to have all of the different tools and colors that you kind of set up for yourself. You can name them pretty much whatever it is, whether it's a line or a count or an area, surface area takeoff. On the right side of your screen, you have different parts and pieces that they have set up specifically for this. I didn't necessarily get that deep into it whenever I was using Planswift, which on the right side of the screen. On the left side of the screen is pretty generic for everybody because you set them specifically yourself. You also set the right side of your screen, or there's probably a few templates they kind of put in there for you to use, but I I didn't necessarily need it for whatever I was doing takeoff wise. And whenever I was using it, I was mostly using it for self storage takeoffs of just normal floor plans to get the amount of material needed, surface area takeoffs, and a whole bunch of counts as well. One of the cool features of Planswift is that you can tell it to kind of array an amount of counts all, you know, over a certain amount of distance, and you can specify the amount of distance. So this, what we just switched to is Bluebeam. As you can see at the top of your screen, it's, and just generally just looking at it immediately, it seems like a little bit more simple. I think it is. Things are hidden really well, and you can kind of break out all of the different things that you can do in Planswift, but they're kind of more neatly tucked away. So at the top, you have edit, view, document, batch, tools, window, and help. Edit is to edit the documents in any sort of way. View, you're going to be able to flip the page around or upside down, or maybe change the where the page is located among the sequence of pages and documents that you have that you're putting into Bluebeam. And all of these documents that I've been talking about between both Planswift and Bluebeam are normal construction documents that you get whenever you're doing the construction takeoff. Batch is, I think, page related. I don't really tend to use it. Tools is what you do all your takeoffs with. Surface area, linear foot measurements, and all of that. And you have the window. I don't really use that, nor do I use help. It's there for people to use. In this screenshot, you don't see it, but normally on the left side of the screen is where all your tools would be, and you'd be able to kind of pick from them and name them the same way that you can on Planswift. On the right side of your screen, which is not normally how I have things set up, you have different lines and whatnot to be used on the drawing itself. Those are for lineal foot counts and kind of outlining of shapes, but I normally use the left side of the screen, which is where most of the stuff that I use is. And you can set up a certain amount of tools or tools to be used over there. You can name them. They'll populate at the bottom of the screen, which you can't really see on this screenshot, but you'll lift it up and then you'll have an array of all of the different tools and everything else that you use, all the material counts that you use. I think it is a great product. I think it's a little bit better than Planswift, but that's just my opinion. And my daughter just ran into the room, somewhat disrupting this video. All right, bye. But yeah, so back to this. Bluebeam, think it's a great software. It'll definitely help you and elevate you as an estimator and make you better at your job. But honestly, getting a hang of either one of these two, Bluebeam or Planswift, will definitely be helpful for your career. It'll make you more money. As I said in the beginning, difference between 85,000 and 115,000 over your career. And I don't know, gee, but that's a whole lot of difference, $30,000 a year. And what I can do with that difference, I can do a whole lot of things. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you for your time. See you guys on the next one.